about the daily rewards in King of Avalon. The daily rewards is a way to get some extra stuff every day, and it is located around the tavern building, where we have the daily rewards menu. Basically there are a lot of actions here, as you can see, like helping allies, collecting attributes, training troops, upgrading buildings, and so on, and for which you can get some points. So the green ones I've already completed. So it mean, for example, for signing in I got 10 out of 10 points. You just get 10 points for signing in. And some others I've also already completed. I will go to each individually of them later. So you can get a number of points for each of them that is different for different actions, normally between 10 and 20 points. And sometimes it's just one action, sometimes it's a number of actions you need to complete. So at the top bar you can see the prizes that you can get. So for the different point levels in a total you can score, or you can score more than 420 points actually, but if you score 420 points you get a maximum prize. You can already click on it to see what rewards are there. So you get some resources, which is always useful, some knucklebone, and the other one is also the knucklebone is used in the fortune teller, and the blue one, I have a better name, it's used to turn tarot cards, also in the fortune teller. So these are useful as well to get some extra stuff. If you look here, you get a barbarian key, which is very nice. You need those to get extra bonus chests when you do a rally on barbarians, and those bonus chests contain a lot of good stuff as well, so it's always good to have plenty of keys. That's already a major reason to make sure you always work on the daily rewards. More resources and knucklebone, another barbarian key, and the other thing is actually some steel to used to manufacture your equipment. And we have some more knucklebone and stuff, and did I do this one? Yeah. And here this one I can claim already, another key and some experience and another amount of resources and some knucklebone. I'm going to claim those already. So now let's look at the actions. First, the ones I've already finished. So we have a sign in. That's typically you do that when signing in. If not, you can click on the area in front of the tavern, and then you can still get your bonus in case something went wrong with signing in. That never happened to me so far. Always when I signed in I got those 10 points. For using resource items, what I typically do, because often I don't really need extra resources in a day, but I just use 5 of the 1000 food resource items, of which I got more than 10,000. So that's something that will get me the max points. So that's very easy to score those 10 points. Reinforcing allies, I'll show you how to do that. And I also look at the marketplace. So maybe first, for people that don't know that, so if you look at your items and you go to food, you can just click on use and then take 5, and then you take a very little bit of food, and that gets you those 10 points. So now we go to reinforcing allies. Actually, when allies are attacked, you can reinforce them. That's always, or that is sometimes a good idea to do if you feel that that can really help you. Sometimes the opponents are so strong and your alliance mates are so weak that reinforcing doesn't really make sense. But you can actually always reinforce someone. So you can also say, okay, I reinforce someone that is not attacked, which is actually something that I have done. And if you send over 1000 troops, which is very easy to be done, doesn't have to be 1000, can also be a bit more, then you also score those points. So that is another thing that is very easy to do. I'll wait a bit and withdraw those troops again, because we might need them later. So that's some way to score points. And another one is going here, and actually I have already done that at the marketplace. You can score a lot of points, but in the marketplace you normally have all kind of deals. I've already done this, so the good deals I cannot show. You can also each day refresh it a couple of times to see different deals. So basically you always get an offer. In this case, for example, I can pay 9,500 wood and I get 2,000 iron. That is an okay deal. The ratio of those resources, the worth, is about 1 to 5, so that's okay to do. It doesn't really benefit you that much. At this moment I have a lot of iron, so I'm not really interested to make this deal. Wood is more valuable for me at the moment. But there are actually normally also quite some good deals, like you pay half amount of wood that you get back for food, or the other way around, so you can make some resources for yourself by making some of these trades, or you can pay some resources to get some Lord or Dragon XP. So that's always, in my eyes, good deals. I'm not paying gold here. I don't really like that. So here you will also easily always score the max points. So now let's go back and look at some of the other daily rewards. So helping allies, I will show you that as well. That is helping allies with building and researching, so that and I think also healing troops, so that they can their timer goes down a bit, and collecting tributes and killing monsters. Those I will have a look at now. So helping allies. If you have the embassy building, sometimes you see the shaking hands in front of it. If you click that, you help all your allies. So that's always good to do. So the other one that I want to do is killing monsters. So what I normally do, I tend to hit the maximum monster that I can. So I click on this hunt button at the left bottom. Then I get some nearby monsters listed. So I click on go to, then I see level 12, click on attack, click on march. 3 minutes away, still quite far, but okay, I'm going to go for it. What was the other one that I wanted to show? Oh yeah, collecting tributes. So in the outside, there's always, I'm also going to collect some resources. I don't know how long it has been, but buildings don't keep producing if you don't collect the resources. Here above this building there show up tributes, and we can claim them like this. Sometimes very small gifts, sometimes they're a bit better, and a new cooldown timer starts. So that's also very easy to do. You need to just do it a couple of times, and in the beginning the cooldown timers are very short. So in 5 minutes we can collect another one. Later on in the day, if you stay on for a long time, the cooldown timers become longer as well. Yeah, just clicking here allows you to collect your daily login bonus. So if for some case it doesn't work for you, you can click there. Okay, other daily rewards, killing monsters we're doing. So the crystal ball I will look at, and we will train some troops. So the crystal ball is actually something that is also in the tavern. We can go there, and it's kind of a jackpot. We can play it once. We just need to play it once to get max points. You can play it more often. Let's see if we get something special. Nothing at all. Often, actually, I think more than 50% of the times I win something, but then it's quite small. For example, 3 woods give you, I think, just a 1000 wood item, so it's very small, but normally I tend to win a prize. You can win quite a large jackpot. Don't know exactly what you need to have to win the jackpot, but it's worthwhile to play it every day just because of the points you get for the daily rewards. So the other thing what you need to do is training some troops. Normally I don't really look at how much I need to train. I just train the maximum amount. I don't have that many troops yet. So I just go to all my buildings that I can train: the barracks, the range, the stables, and the siege workshop. So with those 4 actions, of course some resources as well, but I want to train anyway, so I tend to do that every day. I make sure to score quite some points for the daily rewards. So the next items, so upgrading some buildings. Well, upgrading buildings is easy, you do that a lot. I will show you how to do that as well. And making a wish and building traps. Oh, look, my dragon has leveled up to level 20. That's nice. And just that you'll get a lot of experience for things as well. And now hitting the monster with my dragon gave me some extra experience as well. So I'm actually currently already building a building, so I'm upgrading my wall. I'm not going to start a new one. Actually, you can, if you are willing to spend for a second or extra builders, you get your second building queue. That is actually, I find it a worthwhile investment, 250 gold for 2 days, and sometimes you also get this hammer as some price from something. I don't even know exactly what, but I found a few in my inventory as well. So that can be very nice. You can do 2 buildings at the same time. I'm probably going to do that later on after I finished this video. And especially if you still have to upgrade your resource buildings outside of the wall, those buildings require relatively not a lot of resources, so time is more of a problem than resources. So if you're working on that, or if you just have a huge amount of resources, investing for the second building queue is definitely a good way of spending your gold in my eyes. I'm going to do that, but I will already get the points by just finishing the city wall. So the other thing I was going to look at is building traps. We do that at the trap factory. I think if I remember correctly, I need to build 200. Actually, I can only build 180 times, so I'm definitely going to start this one. I'm just going to build the best traps possible now, like same I did with troops. And I will just build a couple later, maybe another full batch, depending on how I am at resources at that time. So the other thing I believe we were going to look at is the wishing well. No, I am going to need a lot of wood later. I want to upgrade my stronghold, so I'm just going to use the 3 wishes to get some wood. If you're lucky, sometimes there's a multiplicator, sometimes you just get or often you just get a minimum amount. But it's good. It's each day you get some free wishes, so always good to do that. You get a free wishes and you score free resources and you score some points for the daily rewards. So next on our list, maybe forging equipment is something to look at, and besides forging equipment, the other one is synthesizing scrolls. So I'm going to look at those 2. I plan to make a video shortly focusing more on constructing equipment. For now I just look at this. Actually, if you hit monsters, you often get some scrolls. And depending on the level of monsters you hit, it can be grade 1, grade 2, I think it goes up to grade 5. I'm so far still hitting relatively low level monsters. Level 12 is the highest that I've killed so far. If you kill those monsters, you can get some scrolls, and those scrolls you can synthesize the scroll fragments you can synthesize to get some scrolls. So just to correct myself, you don't get scrolls, you get scroll fragments, and you synthesize those to scrolls, and the scrolls you can use to forge equipment. So I'm just going to synthesize some scroll now, so that already gives me some points. Maybe that is not really, those are not really interesting. I'm also going to synthesize some grade 2, maybe those will give me something better. I'm not sure yet if I already have those or not, those scrolls. The marching boots I'm having a trap capacity 5.6, hospital capacity 8%. That's actually not bad if you're hit. So I'm looking at the boots that I currently have, which is nice, but I think I can change to the other ones whenever I go offline, so it would be actually quite nice to be able to make the new one. So I click go to blacksmith, but I'm curious, do I have the right stuff? Well, I don't. I'm just, well, you could purchase the marble here. I'm not going to do that at this time. I find it a bit of a waste of my my gold. I hope to collect those materials sooner or later by hitting some more monsters. So what I'm going to do is kind of yeah, I'm just going to dismantle this copper ring and get some materials and some metal for it back, and then I'm going to craft it again. It's a bit of a trick. It only cost me a very little bit amount of materials, so I'm going to forge that to score some points anyway. Forging, you can also ask for help, so do that. So it's a bit of a trick, like I said, it's but it gives you some points for a very little amount of material, so I tend to do that as well. So let's go further. We have done building traps. Let's go to the Alliance donations and then to research. And if my memory is good enough, we jump to the fortune teller afterwards. So Alliance donations, it's actually quite costly resource-wise to do that. In Alliance menu donations, this helps your alliance to do research, which is quite good. It makes the troops for you and your alliance made stronger. So normally there's kind of a preferred project. Here we get rewards 20% if we research this, so we are going to do that. But in the total, you can do that 24 times to max out your timer. And 24 times 5,000 is more than 100,000 resources, so it's quite a lot. I'm still going to do that. I like to help out the alliance, and I like to score the points as well. I click the middle one and even the right one when possible. They're only activated sometimes. They give a lot more of the credits that you need for this bar for your alliance tech research, and it gives you more alliance credits as well that you can use to buy things in the alliance store. So it's a no-brainer. If you pay 5,000 for both, you click the one that gives you the most. Some people don't like to spend gold in it. I don't really mind these small amounts. It's still beneficial to make the research go faster. So we see this cooldown timer. Normally I tend to go on until I've almost reached 4 hours. Once I've done that, if you cross 4 hours, you cannot donate until the timer is back to 0. I don't like that. Normally I look maybe 2 hours later and then I donate again some. So that's why I try to keep it always below 4 hours like this. So this definitely is enough for us to score the required amount of points for our daily rewards. So I'm going to the university now to do some research. Well, basically you can do anything you want here. I'm going to look at the combat section, and well, maybe not of the most useful, but I'm always spending a lot of time, or my troops are spending a lot of time walking to hit monsters, and I want to minimize that. This is a large project, 8 hours, well 7 hours 11 minutes after my boost. But I'm going to research that anyway. That's in plenty of time to finish today before the daily rewards are finished anyway, because my day is just getting started. The other one we are going to look at is the fortune teller. You can score some points here as well, and you get some one free spin. Give you a variety of things. Would be nice if I get a tarot cards as well to show you, but you have to be a bit lucky for that. So I'm just going to pay some knucklebone as well. You pay 4 knucklebone per spin. So this is my third spin. I need to do 5 to score enough points for the daily rewards. This is the fourth. And this is the fifth. Okay, it's nice that I got a possibility to show this to you as well. So here you get some extra prizes with the tarot reading. They also show a purple scroll fragment. They also show what is the nicest here. So these are the possible prizes that are shown here. The 5 times multiplier, if you hit that one later, it means the next one you get 5 of those, so that's nice. What you can do now to start is you shuffle those, and then you can turn cards. I normally just start with the top and go next. The first one was for free. For the next one you pay credit, and that increases and increases. I'm just going to hit a few, not too many, because I think at this stage, well, I cannot even hit more anymore, but the price keeps increasing, so it's also not too smart to keep going on forever. Even if you could, the cost is quite high. So once you're done, you say, okay, you give up, you have your goodies. Okay, going back to the zodiac wheel. Actually, I've spinned 5 times, so the fortune teller is done as well. So let's look at the daily rewards again. Where are we now? Well, we are forging our equipment. So for that we are still some points. Research we have started. Attack barbarians is actually something I cannot do alone. It's more kind of you can join it or if you have a good Hall of War, you can set it up, but people need to join, or you can join a barbarian rally set by others. I will show you how it is done, but probably we cannot do it. So the trading post is donating some resources to one of your alliance members. For the rest we have gathering, iron, wood and food. You have the portal monster. Let's look at the portal monster and the trading posts and the boost items for your resource buildings. So the portal monster is unfortunately something I cannot really show at this moment. But if your alliance has a portal, you can donate some portal dust, and even just donating a little bit of dust, that gives you the full amount of points. That's definitely something to do, easy to get points. The portal dust you get from the bonus chest from hitting barbarians. So it's also, well, for many reasons good to hit those barbarian huts together. This is just one of them. So what you can do, if you click on any of your alliance mates, you can trade some resources, and you can just select some. So you just need to look at the daily rewards, how much do I need to donate, and then you donate that amount to score the points. Sometimes I do that when my alliance mates need resources, but I'm not really doing that at random. I'm not going to do that this time. Maybe later, if an alliance mate requests for some of the resources. So what you can do is boost the production of your resource buildings. I'm going to do that. You get a lot of these free items. I always stay above 80, I think, and even I boost some of them, at least for the wood and food. I do that like this. So this has the benefit of getting more resources and scoring some points as well. So the green circle means those are boosted. I've boosted some from yesterday as well. I'm going to collect another tribute. For food and wood I get a lot of these for free, these boosts. Fortunately for my iron I don't, and I don't really find it worth paying 36 gold for this, especially since If you look at 260 iron is quite a lot at this stage. I don't really need it, so I'm not going to use that. So let's go back to the daily rewards to see what we haven't handled yet. So attacking the barbarians and gathering the food and wood and iron and healing troops. I'm just going to collect a few of the prizes again. Okay. So let's go see at healing. You go to one of your hospitals, you click on heal, and you might have a lot of troops you want to heal. I'm not going to heal everything at this moment. I don't mind having some in the hospital that I can heal later. So in this case, I'm just going to heal those 126. So like that. Click on help as well. So barbarian hut, I'm going to see whether I can actually scroll around to see if I can find one. Should be located plenty on the map, but yeah, you know, when you're looking for it, it might be difficult to find one. Oh, here's one. So this is quite a low level one actually, so you can attack this. You can well, you can rally. Say, okay, I'm going to rally a level 7 captain. Do it in 5 minutes, and I'm going to use all my troops. So now you see already in the chat that there is some barbarian rally going on, and others can join if they want, and then you can hit it. It's a very low level one, don't know if people are even interested, but I couldn't find any other one at the moment. So that's almost the last thing. The last thing is gathering resources. I cannot do that at the moment because all my troops are in the barbarian rally. But there are a number of resource tiles on the world map, so you can just click on occupy. And currently I have no troops, but you can select troops and go there. If you use the equalize button, the troops are divided amongst the amount of marches you have. So that each, if you have 3 marches available, like I have at the moment, but I don't have a lot of troops, I can still send equal marches easily to 3 different resource tiles, which makes actually gathering resources very fast. So definitely use those that equalize button. So normally I tend to gather some food. I gather some iron here. Silver I cannot gather yet. Once I reach level 50 stronghold I can do that as well. Let's see, wood is quite popular, so here's a higher level barbarian building. Well, no, I don't need it anymore. Okay, and here, this is what the wood looks like. You can also gather some of that to occupy that. And gathering all that will give you extra points as well. Well, if you finished all those things that I mentioned, you will have plenty of points for the daily rewards, and it's quite easy. A lot of things you tend to do anyway, like gathering food. You normally gather a lot of food anyway. So that's it. This should help you how to complete the daily rewards. Check out some more about this on the website www.games-guy.info as well, and look there for other guides and videos as well. Hey, thanks for watching, guys.